Hey guys, welcome to Mailbox Monday Showcase Sunday and Stacking the Shelves for the weekend of, I forget what's the date. It'll be May 16th. I did get a few books for review and then a couple books for Mother's Day as well, so I'll just go ahead and start going through those. First book I got for review is The Fixer by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Really? Can you hear all that? You probably can hear all that. That's my old cat. He does not like it when I talk to my phone. Oh, buddy, seriously? Sorry. Here, he wants to say hi. Are you happy? He's like, not really. I'm not really that happy that you just picked me up. Shh. All right. So the first book I got is The Fixer by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This comes out July 7th. And it's basically about a teenage girl who travels to, I believe it's Washington, D.C. to live with her older sister. And she doesn't know that her older sister is a fixer who fixes problems for politicians. And she ends up becoming a kind of a fixer in her high school for people. So I really have loved the Natural series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. And so I was pretty excited to see that she was starting a new series. So hopefully that'll be a fun read. The second book I got for review I was super excited about because this was one of my top #1 favorite graphic novels of last year. I got Rat Queens Volume 2, The Far-Reaching Tentacles of Nergal. This is by Curtis J. Weeb, Rock Upchurch, and I don't know how to say it, Stepan Sajic. I probably murdered all those names. Rat Queens, the first one, was a very, very adult, very hilarious in kind of a dirty, wrong way graphic novel about a group of 4 female adventurers who go off and they end up helping save the world. They're kind of anti-heroes though. So this actually already came out May 6th and it was just put up on NetGalley like this week. So I'm really excited to read it. I actually want to read the first one again before I read this, and then I'll move on to this one. All right, and then the last book I got for review you like my assistant? The last book I got for review is the third book in the Dakota Frost series by Anthony Francis, and that is Liquid Fire. This was kind of ironic because I actually have had the second book, Blood Rock, to read for a long time, and I just started reading it, listening to it on audiobook this week. And then I saw on NetGalley that the third book of that series had just been put up on there for review. So this actually comes out May 22nd, and it's about the woman pictured on the cover there named Dakota Frost. It's an urban fantasy type of thing. There's like vampires and werewolves and whatever. And she is a magical tattoo artist. So she tattoos herself in magical ink and then she can bring her tattoos alive to defend her or fight for her or whatever. And I've been enjoying these. Every once in a while something happens in the book that I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. But I've been enjoying this. I look forward to reviewing that. So now I have 2 cats on my lap. Yeah, it's getting a little full over here. All right, so then the fourth book I got this week was one I actually bought on Audible. You cannot walk up there. And that is Tiger's Destiny by Colleen Hook. I don't know how to say her last name. You'd think I would know because I listen to these on audiobook, so you'd think I'd remember. But I've loved the covers for these. They're very beautiful. I've had kind of a love-hate relationship with this series. I love the fact that this all is about Indian mythology and the main character goes on all these really cool exotic places and it has kind of a Tomb Raider vibe to it. She has to go in and fight all these monsters in these tombs and at these mythological sites. I love that. There's a really annoying, obnoxious love triangle in here though, and the main heroine is like, she's really smart most of the time, but when it comes to these other 2 boys, she's like stupid. She's just dumb. So that part really bothers me about it. But I have liked the series enough to keep reading it. So this is the 4th book in that series, the Tiger's Curse series. And it's kind of, from what I understand, it's not the official last book in the series, but it pretty much wraps up the whole series. There's supposed to be a 5th book in the series called The Tiger's Dream, I believe. And Colleen has said that she's not going to write that for a while. So anyways, as far as I'm concerned, this is the final book I'll probably read in that series. Just because, although I have liked it, it hasn't been my favorite. There's been some things I don't like about it. All right, I'll stop laughing about that. So then I got a couple books for Mother's Day, and one of these I was I'm excited about both of them, but one of them was kind of cool. It's Rolling in the Deep by Mira Grant, and it's supposed to be some sort of horror tale about things dwelling in the deep of the ocean or whatever. So Mira Grant is an alternate name for Shauna Maguire, and Mira Grant is what she writes her horror books under. The cool thing about this book is it is a Subterranean Press release, and so it is a limited edition. It is actually signed by Mira Grant, and this is copy 642 of the 1,000 that were printed. So that's pretty cool, and I'll definitely be keeping this as kind of a keepsake as well. I'm excited to read it too, but it's just kind of neat. I don't get a lot of limited edition books. So the second book I got for Mother's Day is Oko, the Cycle of Fire. So this is book 4 in the Oko series, and this is by Hub. This has been interesting. I actually haven't started reading this yet, but I really love the artwork in it, and for me that's honestly a pretty good portion of whether or not I like a graphic novel is how cool the pictures look. But this book, I have the first and second one, and I've been having a lot of trouble getting the third book because it's super expensive. It went out of print, but the fourth book is easy to get. So I don't know. My husband got me the fourth book. He actually got me the third book too, but then at the last minute, the seller backed out and was like, oh, yeah, no, I'm not going to sell this to you. So I'm still trying to get the third book for Oko, but yeah, I'm excited to read this, and I probably will start reading it pretty soon. All right, then the last book I got this week, I got from the library, and this is a very popular book, A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. And this is the new Sarah J. Maas series that she is writing. She is still continuing on the Throne of Glass series, but she's starting this new one as well. And she is just an excellent fantasy author, and I would say young adult fantasy author, because most of these are young adult, but in general, compared with fantasy, even all fantasy, I think she's just a great fantasy author. She does a great job of making characters that are likable, worlds that are very complex, and the plots are also very complex with a lot of layers and intrigue and all that. So I'm really excited to read this, if you can't tell. I almost just bought it outright, but then I saw my library was going to get it, and I thought, well, I'll read it through the library first. So that being said, I basically got 7 books, I think. So 1, The Tiger's Destiny, Liquid Fire, Rat Queen's book 2, The Fixer, the 4, 5, Thorns and Roses. That's like hard to say for me for some reason. Cycle of Fire, and then Rolling in the Deep. So that's what I got this week for books. I hope that you guys got a lot of great books and have a great week of reading. As I have mentioned in previous videos, we are actually moving out of our house today and tomorrow into my parents' house for a few months while they finish building our new house. And then this house is going to be going out for sale next week. So if you're looking for a house in Minnesota, let me know. I'm just kidding. So we are moving out, like the furniture and stuff will stay in, and we're having a stager come in and stage the whole thing so that it looks really awesome. And then they'll send out a professional photographer to like photograph the whole thing, and then it'll officially go up for sale mid next week. So that's exciting and a little stressful. So after this video, I will be going and packing up our truck full of stuff and moving it over to my parents' house, and then packing it up again and packing it up again. Hopefully we'll be able to get the move done in a couple days, and then we won't have another big move until we actually sell this house and have to move all the furniture and the storage. So I'm not sure if anybody cares about that, but I blab about it anyways because it's what I have going on. Okay, that's all I really have to say this week. You know, I could comment on the weather because I normally do. We have been having kind of a chilly week. It's been in the 50s, and it's supposed to get really hot tomorrow. It's supposed to be in the mid 80s, but then on Monday it's supposed to be high like 50, a low like 35, so it's going to get kind of chilly again. And I will have to say that normally I don't mind like the ups and downs of Minnesota weather, but it's kind of obnoxious because we are trying to move, and it'd be really nice if I didn't have to move like a ton of sweatshirts and jeans, and we could just do like shorts and t-shirts. But the weather is not cooperating with me on that, so whatever. All right, have a great week, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.